After dating a prince, a magician, and an heir, nobody knew what Claudia Schiffer's love life would bring. The supermodel was even accused of making up her engagement, with it being a publicity stunt. However, everything changed when Claudia met director Matthew Vaughn, and the two realized love at first sight exists. Claudia Schiffer is modeling royalty, but one of the first people she was linked to was actually part of a royal family. Schiffer met Prince Albert of Monaco during the World Music Awards, and the two were rumored to have dated between 1992 and 1993. The model never commented on the gossip, but Albert decided to set things clear years later. "I took her out on a couple of dates, but that was it," he said. "There goes our royal fashion fairy tale." One would think that nothing could top going on dates with a prince, but Claudia amazed her fans once again thanks to her romance with magician David Copperfield.
A magician, of all people, landed a woman like this. This is driving us crazy.
The two met during one of his shows when the illusionist selected Schiffer from the audience to assist him with one of his tricks. The duo hit it off right away and started dating. Their love burned so bright they got engaged the following year. However, their story wasn't without challenges. Years later, when Claudia and David were still in love, a French magazine accused them of faking their relationship for publicity. According to Paris Match, the whole romance was nothing more than a business arrangement, and the fact that Copperfield had selected Schiffer out of the audience at random was part of a detailed plan. Claudia was paid pounds, $12,500 to be there, the magazine stated, adding that the magazine's PR company had paid all her expenses, including her plane tickets and limo. Claudia and David were outraged by these claims, so much so that the duo filed a $30 million defamation lawsuit against the magazine. The lawsuit said, "Mr. Copperfield and Miss Schiffer met on the job, fell in love, and planned to marry. They are not pretending anything to anyone." The magician's publicist did confirm that Schiffer had been hired to appear in the audience during his show. However, she was not under contract for pretending to date him. The two had just fallen for each other. In 1999, the couple was awarded an undisclosed amount of money by a French court, which ruled that the report was false and defamatory. The magazine also had to retract. However, even decades after the model and magician won the court case, many still believe their relationship was just a PR stunt. What do you think? Did these two pretend to date, or did they actually fall in love? As sweet as her legal victory was, it came with terrible timing for the model. She and David separated very shortly after. It seems like the stress from the rumors had something to do with it, since the model said in an interview, "I was open and honest about my relationship with David, and look where it got us. All the lies that came out were so stressful. It was so unfair." However, the gossip wasn't the main reason Claudia and David's romance ended. Instead, the magician told People magazine that their busy schedules were to blame. In fact, they couldn't even set a wedding date during their 6-year engagement. Luckily, the exes were able to remain friendly and keep a sweet memory of each other. Years later, Copperfield opened up about his relationship with the model, saying, "She's a very, very nice person. I care about her very, very much, and we're just doing our own things." Claudia also had nice things to say about the magician. She had previously said that David remained one of my best friends. He was my first love, so he will always be very special to me. But if David was her first love, then that means, well, we're sorry, Prince Albert. We can only imagine how hard it was for Claudia after breaking up with the person she thought she was going to marry. Luckily, the supermodel was able to find love again shortly after. While she was on the yacht of her friend, designer Valentino, Claudia met Tim Jeffries, an art gallery director and heir of the successful Green Shield stamp company. The two quickly fell for each other and got engaged in the year 2000.
We can't wait to share the next part of this story with you. Stay tuned for the exciting continuation of this tale in one of our next videos.